Hi, Vickie Crystalline. So I have so much to talk about, and I'm going to be honest, I have been struggling with how do I incorporate all I am into me, and how do I bring it to the world? And what I'm talking about is because I channel, the multiverse, and I work with the beautiful fungi and the beautiful hemp, and I was like, how do I bring that forward, all of it together? And it's so amazing because it's just me. That's all. That's it. And the beautiful thing is everything, everything is part of me. Everything is part of me. Everything. And it's like I'm honing in my true existence of who I am. So I want to bring forward a little bit of information about what my guides are bringing forward now and what's going on in the collective energy right now and whatever else shows up. So let's just leave it at that. So, um, you know how there's multiple dimensions going on, and you're walking through those multiple dimensions as you walk through your day, as you walk through your moments of your life. It's happening all the time, every moment, every second that you are walking through your life. And as there's these multiple, I want to say, dimensions of yourself that you're walking through in your life, you're also walking through these multiple dimensions of Gaia. For Gaia exists on every level, new Gaia, old Gaia, every level, every way that you can see Gaia, it is happening right now, and you're walking through that in your life, in your days. And what it has showed me is that, we are like, well, are we going to be on new Gaia? Are we still on old Gaia? You're on new Gaia and you're on old Gaia. And what it's showing me as you're walking through the dimensions of yourself every day, every moment, every second that you're aware of your being, you are participating in that. So, say you're walking through your day and you're seeing some things that look chaotic. And you're like, oh, man, that just feels so heavy. Some love. And then walk away. And then you're in that instant into a higher form of Gaia. And what this has been showing me as you're walking through all these forms of Gaia, it is showing you. And when you are catching yourself, like in those chaotic moments, you are stepping on, like in that chaos, you're stepping on, holding the light, sending love, and then you're walking on to another example of Gaia every time, every time, every time. You're standing on new Gaia right now. You're standing on old Gaia right now. And then there's all these dimensions of Gaia that's happening all the time, all the time. The rebirth is happening within us, within all of us. And what I've recognized in myself is that first our heart opens. So you open your heart. Yeah, feel that. And now what's happening with the collective, now it's in the gut. Our guts are all moving into a flowing way. Your gut is resonating to what is happening in your heart. And now it's moving into a flower way of being. So you may be having problems with eating. You may be having problems with eating good food, and it's just still not sitting right. Trust that. Trust that. Allow yourself maybe not to eat so much. Maybe get away from every type of food and let your body be clear. My cat. So crazy. So the energy is moving us. Wow, it's so funny right now because what they're showing me right now is that our heart's open, our gut, everybody, it's like our heart is the main part of our body, and then our gut, and then our mind, and then everything in between. And so what it's showing me is that in our gut region, there were times in the ancient times that we really didn't consume food. We took on our environment through our gut. And so, and what I mean by that is that, like what you say, what you're eating, what you're consuming, what your environment is, it's moving you into a more flowing way, a more balanced way of yourself. And yeah, it's all beautiful. So as we're walking through these dimensions of ourself, and Gaia and everything else, it's only to recognize to be in the flow of who you are. No matter what the world looks like, when you're in the flow of your life, everything is balanced. Everything is balanced. Everything is balanced. And so even when the energies are coming in like they are right now, there's so much energy hitting this earth. So much light is hitting this earth. And all of us who are really sensitive to this, we don't know what to do. That's the time we need to use our tools. Listen to your body. Rest, ground, drink a lot of water, take baths, and recognize when there's that intensity to stay in the flow. Do what you are listening to your body. Do what your body is showing you. So if there's so much energy hitting this, it is time, at that time, to learn everything that you have acquired, all your tools to acquire to hold the balance of your own state. All the awakening is happening within us. Not what's happening out here. It's happening within us. Every bit of it is happening within us. You cannot change anything out here. You can only change what's happening in here, in your body, in your heart, in your gut, in your mind, in your whole being. And everything is bringing you back to a sense of flow. Truly. When you're in the flow, everything attracts. Everything attracts. There's no boundaries. There's no blockages. There's just pure divine being that you are. So a lot of people are like, well, how do I stay in a conscious state of this? And the beautiful fungi does bring that forward for you because it brings you into a state of being. It brings you completely into a state of being. And it always brings you to your highest potential. Fungi always brings you to your highest potential. And the wonderful thing with fungi is that, like with microdosing, I do a lot of microdosing. I've noticed that it tapers off when my body don't need it. It's like I've merged with the fungi. Okay, I've merged to the medicine woman I am, and it is now. It's like I don't even have to do it because it's already so present in my life. That's the one thing beautiful about fungi. You can't get addicted to it because your body is there's no addiction to mycelium. there's just a merging that happens, and then it rewires your whole brain like never before. It reconnects and makes your mind a multiverse being, makes your being a multiverse being. So when you think of addiction, you can't be addicted on fungi. There's no way to be addicted on fungi because there just isn't. So the beautiful thing is the rewiring and the merging that's happening. What the fungi has showed me too is that it is allowing, in the merging state, it is allowing the fungi vision to what's taking place in the world. It's like we are their eyes. And then it can shift everything. It can shift everything. So with the beautiful medicine that is being produced through me, by me, it's like, okay, I'm even blowing myself away. What's coming forward? And it's just allowing myself. It's completely just allowing myself, truly. So, and one thing that I am getting a hit right now, big time, because there's a lot of, us who are empaths, and we feel everything that's happening around us. So, if you have old wounding from your childhood, let's say you're going into a restaurant. You're like, oh my God, I don't want to go into the restaurant because I am going to feel everyone's energy. Well, the thing is, you're meant to feel everyone's energy. But it's that fear of your childhood, because as you walk into that restaurant, that's what you're recognizing, all those traumas that has happened, and that's what you're focusing on. But if you're allowing yourself to be in the flow state of yourself, you can feel the world and bring light to those harsh places. And you don't have to do anything. You don't even got to focus on any of that. All you have to do is just be in the flow of you. Be the light of who you are in your heart-centered space of who your being is. It always brings you back to you. Every time, every time, every time. Everything here is meant to bring you back to you. Everything here is meant to bring you back to you. And the beautiful thing is that every time the consciousness has risen, the fungi has surfaced, and then it's spread out to help with I want to say, it helps with your interbeing to stay focused on your highest every time. And then it gives it sight to what's really going on in the world. So it can help to maneuver what's taking place in the physical world as we see it. Yeah, truly. And the beautiful thing about fungi is that, like, when you take fungi, it like bypasses all the shit in your mind and it reconnects all those connections every time. That's why you feel 100% better every time. And I know there's a big thing about fungi out there, about fear, about being, doing the fungi. And it is part of you. Even if you never consume it, it's part of you. If you're watching this, it's part of you. And it brings you into a conscious state of your highest being. Because fungi, it's its highest being. And it's always going to bring you to your highest being of yourself. Every time. Every time. Every time. So what I've recognized is the merging of this beautiful medicine that I'm bringing forward, and it is rebalancing me all the time, every day, in my being. Even if I don't consume it, it's there within me. And it's keeping me balanced into a state of where when I look at the world, oh, and I want to bring this forward. When I always believed that the ego was the driver, and it is. And I didn't realize your ego is how you vision the world, truly. And so what happens is, it's like when you have all this stuff, because the ego isn't here in your part of you, it is just a visionary of your life, your world. And so when we put all the stuff, then the ego doesn't, it's like covers the filter. It covers it up. When you let go of the ego, so you have like an ego death, then you see the world in a different vision every time, every time. Our ego drives us and it shows us the world as we see it within us every time, every time, every time, every time. And what's beautiful is that I'm learning so much about me and being present in my being, constant through my days. So, yeah, so I just feel so much gratitude right now. So much gratitude for the merging that I've allowed myself to evolve to who I am now, to allow myself to watch my own growth, to allow myself, burp that up, to allow myself to clear the space in my being to go into more of a flowing state. So it's like they're bringing me back to the empath. When you allow yourself to be in a flowing state of yourself, you will feel the world, yet you won't feel it like you did before. These fears, oh, I don't want to be around people. I don't want to go out into the world. I might feel, all this uncomfortable feelings that is going on in the world. It brings you back to a balanced state of yourself, knowing that that's your power source. It truly is your power source. Yeah, truly. So, I want to bring forward that as the collective is moving along, our bodies are moving in to a position of ourself. As we're walking through all these dimensions of ourself, all these dimensions of Gaia, it's moving in us, in our interbeingness, into the highest potential of yourself. It's moving it all into a state, the best version of you. I came forward big time. The best version of you. So, as your bodies are changing, trust, trust, trust. It's moving you into a better version of you every time, every time, every time. So, I want you to know we got this. We completely got this. So, as you are awakening to your full potential, it affects everything. Everything. It's like, oh, yeah, I don't got to do anything. Just pay attention to what's going on here. in your flow and your balance of yourself. And then everything explodes out and comes back every time. Every time. We got this, beautiful. We got this. I send love to all of you. I send love to all of you. And know that big changes are going to happen. Wow, that's so funny. Because big changes are going to happen. So, I can't wait to see. Right? Right? I send love to all of you. We got this. We got this. We got this. Have an amazing, amazing, beautiful day.